saying let the guys have a nice farewell. Bye, thank you guys. But the energy's
That's what
been
I'm
so
saying.
different.
You also don't forget, yeah, like listen, whenever I look at a lot of City fans, they bring up, oh, but look at the Leon miss here. They've held that one too hard. And I get they've held that one too hard, but if you really look at that game, yeah, tactically it was way off. Starting a back three of Eric Garcia, Fernandinho, and Laporte, who just came back from an
Your
injury.
man, your man loved
Garcia,
Garcia to
oh
the
my
end, didn't
god.
he? He loved Garcia to the end. Wasn't that? Isn't that guys? Have you guys looked at Garcia from a distance? Isn't that Pep's son? Because my God, your man loved him. The guy,
Yeah,
Pep
yeah.
Yeah,
was
I don't know
willing,
what the love was for,
was
but
You're
either
trying
willing to
way,
give
you're
out
trying
no, no,
everything
but
for Garcia.
yeah, but
you're trying
also,
to make him
no,
dream him
yeah,
till the end.
no, but also, if we look at this year, forget Leon. Yeah, Leon happened, Spurs happened, whatever happened. Forget all of that. Let's look at this year. Yeah, against Real Madrid, home and away, Sterling did not play either games. Fair enough. Sterling does not have to hold the blame. That's totally fine. We had crazy amount of firepower in our attack. We were dominant in both legs against Madrid. But what was the Achilles heel against us? Like what was the one thing that held us back from finishing those two ties? It was what? Our finishing.
Mister.
Yeah. Was Raheem Sterling responsible for the end of those chances being missed by
No, he
Foden,
wasn't. He wasn't on
Mahrez,
the pitch. He
and
wasn't on the pitch at all.
that's what
He
I'm
was
saying. So you know what I mean? Like this, we cannot just pick and choose and just hold on to memories because someone missed an open goal. Because at the end of the day, we know that we have problems all across our front line, not just not being clinical. At the end of the day, Sterling had 13 goals and 7 assists in the Premier League, so he's putting up double figures again. So I'm not saying he was pivotal, but at the end of the day, he was still part of the people that contributed to our title win. And he came on in the final game and he changed the game. Fair enough. I agree that it was the right time to leave, but I would just like a little sort of less revisionism on him because I feel given what he done for us, I get that obviously like listen, he wasn't the most passionate guy. He never really put he's a guy that, wears his heart on his sleeve. He just says it like it is. Um you guys remember the interview he did when Liverpool were like winning the league? Yeah. The
Yeah,
interview that
he said next year we're not gonna allow them to do this because we're so pissed off. And then
he
asked him,
like
did you really care? He's like, I didn't care.
do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? He said he puts his heart, he wears his heart on the sleeve, man. He said it like it is. He said, "Listen, yeah, we and as a club and we, our boys, will be hurt and we will come back for the Premier League next year." Yeah, and they did that. So fair play to them. Listen, he cared about the team spirit. He was great with everyone in the dressing room. There was no problem. In my opinion, that's one of the role models in terms of being a model professional on and off the pitch. Yeah, he was a great example to all of the youngsters in our academy, all of the youngsters on the team. Yeah, even they have been quoted to say that they, even in the England camp, they look up to him as a role model in terms of how to act and how to go about football on a professional level. So I get it, but at the end of the day, like I don't get why we, expect a lot more of him and we give a free pass to players like Ake or Zinchenko
So
or Jesus because they laugh and smile about being okay with rotation. You have to
right.
understand the consequence of depth is, yeah, if a player reaches a certain level and they're good players and they're senior players, we will lose them. Eventually, we will start losing these players because they're too good to be, on the bench. They're clearly starters for. Look at Jesus. Jesus was happy. It wasn't like a problem as such. But at the end of the day, he realized he wanted to be a starter. Like he was never
Exactly.
going to do it at City, and he was never going to get the guarantee. So he had to move to Arsenal. And you know what? Fair play, good luck to him. But the same way we are saying good luck to, Gabriel Jesus, and I seen a lot of people actually really happy for him that he's, like Arsenal are some of our like little bros all of a sudden, and then Jesus brace and we're all happy and it's all nicey nice and we're like, wow, this guy's gonna like tear it up at Arsenal, like Arsenal
Yeah, will the
are.
same energy be given to Raheem if he
No,
scores you
but
That's what
see,
I'm
person?
see,
saying. That's what I'm
see, the
saying.
thing is,
Don,
no, see,
Don, there's a
I'm
question
saying,
for you, Don, here. Somebody's asking a question straight at you, Don. He says, question for Don Smoke. So here's a question for you, Don. It says, would you rather have a player who does his job or a player who loves your club regardless his performance? So he says, would you rather have a player who does his job and just does his job professionally, like Raheem. Obviously, does it at a higher level, or you want a player that just loves the club regardless the performance?
I want both. I'm saying that it doesn't have to be either or, right? At the end of the day, you want someone who loves a job, but also love the thing is, it's more like enjoy where you are for as long as you're there. It's like that thing of whereby do what you have, do what you have to do with what you have wherever you are, right? So that's why Pep. Hence, I always salute Pep. Whenever a player doesn't want to be at a place, Pep allows them to leave. Because the thing
I
is,
respect that as well.
the thing is, your mind, your mind, emotions, and your body is all interlinked, right? Once a thought is in your head, eventually it will transmit to the body, and it then affects your performances, right? Because as I'm saying, you need all of it. You don't want someone who's half in, half out, right?
Yeah, but Don, you say that, but look at, for example, look at a player like Zinchenko. Why do you think he's been great then? Because correct me if I'm wrong, he was missing for majority of the season. Fair enough, he come back towards the end of the season, had a good like last month or so. So why are we not having the same energy for him? Because he wasn't really available. Look at players like Cancelo. Cancelo's dipped like from a cliff, yeah, and he was still doing it.